Hello, welcome. So we have these cards out. What I'm getting here is there's a flow. There's a nice flow. There's expansion, and it's an inner expansion. There's a lot of self-trust here. You've either done made some changes or something like that where you're trusting yourself more. Maybe it's through your emotions. Because like I said, there's a flow here. We have this laguz, water, emotions, flow, unconscious collective memory. That's interesting how I said that because there's a period after unconscious. So it's unconscious and then collective memory, but I just saw it as unconscious collective memory. So there's something in the collective that is falling into place. It's on it's on an unconscious level though. We'll get back to that. It also says magic, astral travel, dream work, mediumship, unseen powers, sensitivity, intuition, a time for cleansing, reevaluation, realigning. I feel that also. A realignment with this expansion is causing a realignment. It says deep knowing. And then it also says, sort of like on the flip side, acting purely on logic and not intuition. Out of balance, not honoring the feminine. There's a feminine power in this. Trust your power. Trust your feminine. I'm hearing trust your dreams. Because there's astral travel and dream work here, and then we have awakening dreams. There's a lot of, it's just, the word that keeps coming to mind here is expansion. So, and it's inside. It's an inner expansion that begins in the subconscious. And it's awakening through your trust, for one thing. It's awakening through clarity. And it's strengthening the trust in yourself. And it's integrating. It's integrating. Nothing is left sort of like fragmented. There's a limitlessness here with no fragments, like no little pieces left. All the pieces are coming back together with this wholeness. I like this 33 also, especially under the emotions. There's like an emotional balance happening here. I'm going back to this unconscious collective memory. Because it's not how I have it on these cards. There's unconscious and then a period and then collective memory and a period, but I'm seeing it as unconscious collective memory. Yeah. The collective. There's something in the collective. Maybe you've heard something and it's sticking out. Something is unraveling on a collective level. We are remembering. We are integrating something together at the same time. Trust. Trust your part in this. Trust your power in this. Trust your emotions. Trust your emotions. Your emotions are your sort of like gauge right now. So with this with this water here, I'm getting that this is like the opening, expansion, right, of the inner waters, your emotions, expanding of emotions. It's dissolving. I feel like this is like you've dissolved some kind of like rigid edges, and it's letting energy flow again. There's movement again. Something's reconnecting you back to the feminine, like the feminine current, the feminine, energy, receptivity, intuition, non-linear. This session here, these messages, these are very non-linear. So if you're looking for like concrete information, I don't think that's going to come through this session. It's very flowy. This is like your greatest power that might be like invisible or has been invisible until you embody it. You're embodying something that has been, it seems like it's been hidden, but it's just been invisible. So yeah, there's like a reminder here that your greatest power may be invisible until it's embodied, and you're embodying this, or you're witnessing it being embodied collectively. Some sort of power. Maybe it's like some sort of power from, I'm getting Atlantis here. Some sort of power from like Atlantis. Now I'm seeing like wizardry. Maybe the two go together. But this is signaling like a realignment of a deeper knowing, a deep knowing, this deep knowing. The part of you that already understands your next step, you're like tuning into that. You're trusting. The expansion, again, we're back to the expansion, and because there's no container, or there's been a release of an old container. We're in a different container maybe, or there's no bounds. With this snow over here, that snow is, it's a form of water. And it's not quite ice, but there's a stillness here. That clarity that I was mentioning earlier, it's clarity through stillness, being quiet, quieting noise. There's noise quieting. It's like I have noise canceling headphones on or something. There's a lot going on around me, but I'm tuning inside. I'm tuning in, and I'm getting something like on a collective level. Something about perception. Because like I said, I can see like I have these noise canceling headphones on. There's people around, there's maybe chaos going on, but that's not what I'm tuning into. I'm not even feeling that energy. They're just making me see it. I'm not even part of it. I'm seeing something that was hidden. So you're seeing something that was hidden, maybe under some kind of emotions or something. This is the moment when this laguz, this water, these emotions, the magic, the collective memory, it's when it becomes visible in this stillness, the clarity that comes from this stillness. And then the daffodil, of course. The daffodil, sometimes they start growing when there's still frost. And so that's telling me like to maybe take a step before you actually know what's going on. Like I just said a little bit ago about nothing being concrete here. So you might not have all the information. It's like having the courage to rise, to take a step, even before the conditions feel perfect. Trust, self-trust, this yellow, the confidence, the willingness to maybe be seen. This here is the shift from this stillness and the inner knowing of this emotion, unseen powers and things. This is like the powers coming out. This is the outward expression. There's even integration here too with the wholeness. Like this is like a whole, this isn't a partial message. This is like a whole message. So maybe this has been going on for years and something is sort of like culminating and you're stepping into your power without second guessing. It's part of that realignment. Like you've already done that. You've realigned. Yeah, and then maybe you have actually already had, or you will have this sort of like realization that nothing is missing, nothing is broken. You know how in the healing community, you have, sometimes people say you always have to be healing, you always have to be doing something. Something's always wrong. You just realized like everything's in place. It's always been in place. Like there's some kind of non-linear knowing. I'm going back to Atlantis again. I don't know why. They're even showing me like Avalon. There's like a merging happening here of like your intuition, your clarity, and your power all together, like all one unified field. Unity, yeah. So your energy isn't, there's that expansion again. There's not, it's like, you're not confined. I'm being reminded of something I've told people before. Like not, if you consider yourself like a star seed or a light worker or whatever label you want to put, or even if you've like integrated like goddess Isis or something like that, and now you call yourself Isis. Like I'm getting that don't stop there. Don't stop at starseed. Don't stop at lightworker. Don't stop at just Isis. Don't confine yourself to one identity or one role or one direction, because now is the time where it's limitless. You're limitless. Yeah. It's like the inner waters, the dream beneath the surface, coming out, the daffodil emerging. It's like it's already happened. And then you've integrated this limitlessness. This is a movement. You've moved from the unseen to the fully embodied. So it's either this is a message for someone that has done that and you just need confirmation that, yeah, that has happened, or that this is coming. And this is coming on a collective level also. Magic. Okay, so we got eagle here. I felt like I needed like a closure to this, even though it kind of closed with the integration. We got eagle, see from a higher perspective, because I feel like someone needs that little push to not get caught up in your surroundings, not get caught up in maybe the people that are around you that are of a heavier energy, not get caught up in like the denseness that is this world, because you are otherworldly. You're tapping into the stars within. This says star ancestry, follow the voice of your soul. You are following the voice of your soul. This also tells me that you have specialized guides at this time, and different for different people. So I'm not even going to, because I'm seeing so many different like guides, but it's not even worth it to. There's just so many of them, so many different kinds. If you think that one is a guide, then it's probably a guide. So like if you saw if you saw a spider today and you thought maybe that's like a guide of mine or a message for me, it probably is. But then if like, an archangel or some kind of master healer popped into your mind and then they're with you, this is a big journey that is, it's not coming to an end, but it's coming to like illumination. We're going to bring codes in and I'm hearing to hold your magic, to hold the magic. It's like you've created space, we've brought the magic in, we've integrated it, but we need to hold it, because you can lose, or that might not be the right word, but they just disintegrate, like codes and things like that, if they're not properly grounded and they don't marinate in your system. That's what these codes are for, so that those codes hold, those codes stick. So take a deep breath. Kora nandrayana kora teshiana, drayana kora tukujiana ka atratu, shiiana ratutu shiana ka atratu, oranta shuliana ka shiana ka, durka muliana ka, shikiana, rut shiana ka, lutu kumurtakash, shikiana, rtukumwa, shulianaka, tu rataka, shi latianaka, urtka, duja kianaka, du. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.